Again, today we will be discussing about the most difficult thing, that is meditation. We can do everything except meditation. We can utilize our mind for so many things, but we do not know how to control it. Now we will go step by step along with the Rishi Patanjali to control our mind. Before that, we will have this mantra. Mano buddha hamkara cittani naham na ca shotra jive na ca ghrana netre na ca vyoma bhumi na tejo na vayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. We are studying Sadhan Pada, the practice portion. What is the practice? What is the sadhana? Concentration, meditation, control of the mind, and that is the sadhana. We have to practice. But here the Rishi Patanjali, he is giving only the definitions. What are the problems? Why can't we control our mind? And he is giving here the definitions of the sadhana. And what is that? He says you have to practice Kriya Yoga. The Sanskrit, this terminology, Kriya Yoga, that you have to practice. What is that Kriya Yoga? Through work, concentration through work. That's called Kriya Yoga. And this in Kriya Yoga, the three things he is telling: Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani. One is Tapa, second is Swadhyaya, and third is Ishvara Pranidhan. These are the three things. When we practice, it's called this Kriya Yoga. The yoga means union. Kriya means through practice. And what are those practices? First is coming Tapa. We last time discussed about the Tapa. There are different type of tapasyas are there. First is Bachik Tapasya, then Manasik Tapasya, and then Swadhyaya, Kaik, Bachik, Manasik, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhan. The tapasya, three types. Tapasya means austerity. Austerity means some effort which are not very comfortable for us in the beginning at least. Why? Because whatever we try to do not according to our mind, that is the problem. Our mind is dragging us to some of the sense objects. We have the eyes, we have the ear, we have the nose, we have the tongue, we have the skin. These are the 5 organs. And these only 5 organs making us mad. Is all dragging us, taking us. The nose, the smell, the moment there is a good smell, the good fragrance, immediately our mind is attracted to that. When it's a bad smell, we don't like to go over there. We avoid. who is actually doing it? Not a dead body, the active man, living man. Is this the nose only doing? No, the mind is doing. So everything is going to the mind. Everything is coming to the mind. So that is the main thing. One person came here, he wanted our devotees, your address and phone number and the email address. They told, no, why should we? We have to ask our Swamiji, and then only we can give. And he became furious. Why should I have to ask the Swamiji? I told, tell him the mind is me here. And because in the ashrama, in this center, who is the mind? In charge. So naturally, you are supposed to act accordingly. Our devotees are coming and they are going through all this because of this way. Always, every time, every moment, our problem is with our mind because this activity. Now, slowly we will see mind is also nothing. Can I do really anything? No. Because I don't have any power. Today I am talking, God forbid. If anything happens to me, next morning, tomorrow, I may not be able to speak at all. What has happened? Doctors will come. Anything may happen anytime. So obviously, back of this mind is also there is something which is consciousness. That is called, in a simple way, we call it God. That consciousness, that Chaitanya, that Chetana, this is the Sanskrit terminology, Chaitanya, Chetana, and in English we can call it the consciousness that is at the back. So first is tapa. What is that tapa? Austerity. What are those austerities? Most of the religion they will teach you the very first thing, you should not eat, fasting. Why? Because the whole mind, whole body, they like to eat. They like to take, control it. Forcefully, you must impose this on your mind that I am not going to eat today because today is this, because today is that, like that. This tapa. So like that we discussed about this Deva, Dija, Guru, Pragya, Pujanam, Shaucham, Arjamam, Brahmacharya, Ahimsa cha Shariram tapa uchate. The physically, the tapasya, the austerities, that you have to pay respect to the Deva, the gods, Dvija, the twice born or the educated people, Guru, the person who is guiding you, removing your darkness, that is Guru. Simply guidance won't do. Removing your darkness, darkness means ignorance, that's called Guru. Pragya, very knowledgeable person, he knows so many other things, so you have to pay respect. That is the human society. In the human society, Swami Vivekananda is telling it is not the physical strength, it is the intellectual strength and then spiritual strength. The more you are intellectual, you are getting the respect. And then when you are spiritual, so that way, obviously, this is, and then Shaucham, the cleanliness, etc., etc., Brahmacharya, Ahimsa, we discussed all these things. Then Vachik Tapasya, Anudbegakaram Bhakyam. This is a very unique way how they are explaining. Anudbegakaram Bhakyam, you should not say any word in such a way that creates trouble to people. I think I told you, the one gentleman, he was a forest officer, IFS, Indian Forest Service officer, and he had that habit of reading books, palmistry and all that, and he thought that he has become master. And one day he came and he was telling, you should not try to help others, people don't understand. And what happened? I knew him. He said, see, I told one gentleman that your daughter is going to suffer and maybe that she will become widow and all that. They came to beat me. They were angry. What is the age of that daughter? 5 years. When she is going to be widow? 45 years. Well, have they beaten you? No. It is. I will ask them to beat you. It is necessary. What will happen in the age of 45? Now the tension you are giving at the age of 5. So people naturally should be angry. Anudbega karam vakyam. Sometimes you know what is going to happen, but at the same time, you should not tell that over. Then the next is satyam. Truth you must say, okay. But immediately, priyam hitam chayat. That must be very good type of things. Truth do not mean that, oh, you are a very bad person, you are like this, you are like that. We should not say like this way. So that we find the whole thing in the life of Ma Sharada Muni Devi. If you read her biography, excellent. All this Kaik, Bachik, Manasik, all the tapasyas, she is the embodiment of all the tapasya. It's not just we are writing and we think it is not possible, it is impossible, just giving an idea. Not that. It has been practiced by this type of people. And that's why we are putting their picture over here and worshipping as goddess. So gods and goddesses, because they practice this, anudbega karam bhakyam satyam priyahitam chayat, then swadhyaya. This is very important. Why? Without food, our body become weak. Similarly, mind is also become weak without this type of good thoughts, inspiring thoughts. Constantly we have to go on feeding the mind with good, inspiring thoughts. And that is called swadhyaya. And what is that swadhyaya? Swamiji said, there are two types of shastras are there, scriptures are there. One is argumentative. They will be giving constantly. See the Indian philosophy, if you are reading, constantly argument. Pratipaksha, Uttarapaksha. Then they will be, someone will say this is this and immediately say, if you say this then how is this? They will go on. If you read that intellectually, this is nice, but no decision. So one is argumentative, another is decisive. What is the decisive? Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Kathamrita. In Hindi they say Bachanamrit. And Sri Ramakrishna says, believe me, there is God, decisive. And that is, if you are practicing only these 2-3 things, you are going to realize God, as I have realized. You can see God, you can talk to God, as I am doing, I am saying, decisive. So now particularly at this age, our time is short. We do not know when we are going to say goodbye to all of you. So now we should not go for all these argumentative things. Now decide. We must read this type of books, this type of statements that Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada, Vivekananda, after their experience they are telling. So this is and Ishwar Pranidhanani, and we will come after the definition of the Ishvara. Samadhi bhavanartha kleshatanu karunarthascha. Why should we do that? Tapasya? For getting samadhi, achieving samadhi, to reaching to that height. If you are not thinking about the samadhi, you need not to practice those things. Why? It's not necessary. So this is we have to fix our goal. What for we are coming to this spiritual life? For this. And after coming into spiritual life, what we are doing? All the worldly things. Grabbing the power, having the money and this and that. This is ridiculous. Why we do like that? Mostly. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, among the thousands and thousands of people, only a handful they try. Among those very few who are trying, 80% become hypocrites. Look at it. Don't look at me about that. So this hypocrisy means in the name of religion, they will be all the time cheating people. 15% become mad. And only a few percent, 80, then 15 means 95. And then 5% they try, maybe, then again he is telling, maybe 1 or 2 get the liberation. Then shall we give up? No. We must become that 1 or 2, the rarest of the rare. Well, that is I am. I am going to get the liberation. And that the moment that confidence will come, Ma chena rami achi. I have my mother, me and my mother. I don't bother anybody else. What is going to happen? Nothing. Why? My mother is all powerful. Believe, faith, and nothing will happen to you. That's sure. So that is the samadhi bhavanartha, klesha tanu karanarthascha. Then klesha, another word comes. What is that klesha? Again we will explain. Ishvara, we will explain. Klesha, we will come to that definition. And here we are slowly, the pain-bearing obstructions. It is not only obstructions, it gives the pain also, terribly, within the mind. So here it comes. What are the klesha? The word, Sanskrit word klesha means obstructions. Obstruction to meditation, concentration, controlling of the mind. What are the obstructions? First they say avidya, then asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. Only 5. I don't know why they are very fond of 5. Whenever they will say always 5. So maybe that 6, 7 we won't be able to remember. 5 is sufficient. The first comes avidya. And each and everything is nothing but the avidya. What is avidya? Again he will explain avidya separately. So this is the uniqueness of our Shastra. They will say something and they will explain it. And when they are explaining, another thing is coming. Like that it goes. And then ultimately when you understand, it is so clear. And that's why Swami Vivekananda is telling, if you read only the scripture, there are possibilities to misunderstand. And if you read most of the people, the modern people who are explaining, confusing. But if you read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, if you know his biography, if you know him, then all these things are very simple. The moment they say avidya, what is avidya? Sri Ramakrishna is speaking about that, what is avidya, and he is practicing that also. Had I known this world is permanent, I would have covered my birthplace, that is Kamarpukur, of Sri Ramakrishna's birthplace, Kamarpukur, with gold. Had I known it is permanent. That means avidya means something which is not permanent, we think that is permanent. Which is not holy, pure, we think that is holy, that is pure. Everything opposite. So we will come to that. So avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. What is asmita? Egoism. And we know what is egoism. I am not going to explain, then it will be again problem. Everybody's ego will be hard. So ego is such a thing, even a small child, they say, I. That is ego. Where from it comes? That is the, wonderfully they have pointed out, these are the things. Then comes raga, attachment. And the moment there is an attachment, obviously aversion. I love this, I do not love this. It's obvious. Whenever there will be light, there will be darkness. And if there is no darkness, there is no light. You will see all the time sometimes the billboards or something, that back color is always the dark. Then suppose it is a black, over that white is good. If the base color is black, then the letters white will be beautiful because people can see. So always darkness and light. good and bad. It goes like this. So this is called raga and dvesha. Then comes abhinivesha. Again, each and everything will be explained afterwards. Now here they say, avidya kshetram uttaresham prasuptu tanu vicchinna udaranam. Avidya or the ignorance. It is not the avidya is the knowledge. Or vidya. It's not correct knowledge, wrong knowledge, but knowledge. And when in English we translate it, it is ignorance. But ignorance doesn't mean something which is negative. No. Something is there. He thinks that this is this. It is the knowledge, but wrong knowledge. So we will be explaining like that. All these things are coming from considering something which is not. It's called viparjaya. Vipad, viparjaya. Vipad means that we are in trouble. Viparjaya means the trouble for the thought. So viparjaya. So avidya, considering something which is not. And we consider that is true. So that way, false knowledge is the ajnana. See this avidya, and avidya is the base of all the problems. Avidya, then comes asmita. If there is no ignorance, wrong knowledge, false perception, there is no problem at all. If you see God in everything, that is knowledge, then there is no problem. I and my Father in heaven are one, Jesus said, knowledge. Then he said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. What is that kingdom of heaven? We could not understand. That is ignorance. That is avidya. He saw. What is that? The kingdom of heaven? Purity. Because again he is telling, the blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. And now we explain, many of the people, when they are explaining Jesus, that Jesus is the only begotten Son of God, we are all sinners. Look at it. He is telling, you can see God. Anyone can see God, no difference of language or anything. Anyone can see God. Only consideration is, only thing is, the heart should be pure. Blessed are those who are pure in heart. Now again you have to explain what is purity. The purity means unselfishness is the purity. What is the impurity? I. What is the impurity? Thou. It is you, it is you, it is you. That is only this thing. So we are not able to explain Jesus' words even in the name of Jesus. We are killing people. We are cheating people. We are torturing people. Can you imagine? Why? Avidya. It is not knowledge. It is wrong knowledge. Of course knowledge, but wrong knowledge. That is called avidya. And that is the root of everything. All things they are telling. Jesus said, I am the path, I am the way. Then immediately they said, He is the only Messiah, He is the only person through whom you have to go, and then you will realize God and nobody else. Is he meaning like that? No. I am the path means practice. Follow me. Whatever I have done in my life, practice that. That is the path. Sri Ramakrishna said, I have done 100%. Sholo ana, sholo tongue. Sholo ana means 100%. You only practice at least one portion of it. 1% will do. So that is the way. Sri Krishna is telling, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam braja. Only Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. Now there are people who are the followers, they will never look at any other god or goddesses. No, 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 no. If you are going to that temple, you are committing sin. Only Krishna. No, look at it. Now if you ask, who is that Krishna? Then they will give, oh, his father's name was this and these and these. It's not that Krishna. Ideology, it is not the principle. That's why when Swami Vivekananda came over here in America, he didn't talk about Sri Ramakrishna. And many people, including his brother disciples, also misunderstood him. You never talked about our Guru. You never talked about Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, only 1 or 2 lectures that he delivered. My master, like that. You didn't tell about the Sri Ramakrishna. He said, do you think Sri Ramakrishna means a personality? No, it's the principle. So that's why when Jesus is telling, I am the path, means the principle. What is that principle? Love. Love thy oppressors, love thy enemy. That is the path. But we say Jesus means only the figure. Now different type of pictures are coming of Jesus. Sometime with long hair, sometime without hair, sometime with beard, sometime without beard. Which Jesus? This is not the person. When Sri Krishna is telling, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam, who is that Mam? Sri Krishna doesn't mean that person, the principle. What is that principle? Tyaga. That is the principle. Satya and Tyaga. He could become the king of the whole India, but no, he didn't do anything. That Tyaga. So these are the principles. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is the principle. So Vivekananda started Ramakrishna mission here in the West. How? Vedanta Society. He is not giving the name of the Sri Ramakrishna. Vedanta Society, the principle. And that is sufficient. And that's why we are keeping Jesus and the Bhagavan Buddha on the same pedestal with Sri Ramakrishna. There's no problem. There's no problem at all. One gentleman came over here and he was so agitated. He went and he was knocking at my door. He was afraid that he is going to break the glass. I told, what happened? Why you have kept the other two? And so, who are the other two? The Bhagavan Buddha and Jesus? I told, because they are God. You consider them God, that means you are not Hindu. I am Pakka Hindu, 100% Hindu, more better than yours. And anyway, I had to talk with him for a long time and then convince what is God and what is this. I don't know whether he agreed or not, but I love talking and he got disgusted, he went away. So that way, so I went on telling what is God. So this way the people always they are thinking, no, this is the principle, that is the Vedanta Society in the West, the same Vivekananda organizing Ramakrishna mission in the East. All Indian missions are Ramakrishna mission. Why? Just like that? No, it is Vivekananda. Without knowing, he will never do anything. Without realizing, he will never say anything. Similarly, avidya is the root of all these. Kshetram, uttaresham, is the productive field. Avidya is the productive field of all this problem. And then, sometimes, all our impressions are prasupta. Tanu. Tanu means attuned. This is a very narrow. Vichinna, sometimes overpowered. Udaranam, expanded. Look at the scientific way they have analyzed the mind. One impression is there within me, and now that impression is not coming. Does it mean I am free from that? No. So after a long time, after 6 months, I have practiced not to smoke. Because the doctors first in the beginning they bound me, then all my relatives they were also trying me, then slowly after 6 months I told, oh, I am free. I need not to bother about smoking, I have given up the smoking. Then in one place you found that in a cinema hall your very favorite hero is smoking, and there's not only smoking, he is throwing the cigarette like this and coming. So where with a great style he is smoking, and then all around the people are also smoking, that they are shouting. Again you will whisper to your next person sitting behind, are you having an extra cigarette? Can I have one? And in these cases they are so generous. Oh yes, why one? Take two. They will be giving you 2 cigarettes, and once again, how it came? Because it was shupta, it was only sleeping, dormant. All those desires, the cravings, it was only sleeping, this dormant. And that is why this is prasupta, tanu, vicchinna. Sometimes when I am engaged in something, some other things are not coming in mind. That doesn't mean it is not there, it is totally been cleared. No, it is only vicchinna, separated. Because I am now busy with this, it comes the separation. So this way all our impressions are there. Now we have to practice this klesha. What are those kleshas? We have already read. What is the klesha tanu? Klesha, karma, vipaka, ashaya, aparamrishta purushaha. This klesha, again and again they are talking about the pancha klesha. And this pancha klesha first is avidya. Now they are explaining about avidya. In the 5th aphorism of the Patanjali Yoga Darshan, 2nd chapter, he says avidya. What is avidya? Anityam, ashuchi, dukkha, anatmasu, anitya, nitya, shuchi, sukha, atmakhyati, avidya. What is avidya? What is non-eternal? Anitya, non-eternal. It is not going to be permanent, not eternal, but I think it is going to be eternal. And that's why I spend so much of money and energy and everything. I am going to make it a permanent. Think of the Red Fort in Delhi. All of you know, mostly those who are in India, Indians. Red Fort. Those who constructed, the king who constructed the permanent thing. I am going to rule the India. And that way he constructed that Red Fort. Where are those people? We do not know. Mostly, even the Delhi University people, when they are taking some interview, they were asking about the past kings, because they were having the picnic in that Red Fort. So in those days, they used to have a type of program in the TV. Suddenly they will come and ask some questions. The university students, they were asking, do you have any idea who constructed this Red Fort? Why? Government of India. Government of India constructed this Red Fort. So this way they don't know who has constructed. The person who did it must be turning in his dead, and he said, oh my God, I did it, and now they are telling like. So it is all anitya. Whatever we do is not going to be permanent, but we think this is going to be permanent. And this is avidya. So anitya, then ashuchi. Ashuchi means impure. What is the impurity? What is that impure? Our whole body. Totally impure. We go and bathe in the Ganga and then put a tilak and then Jai Ram Ji ki coming, and somebody touch me. Hey, what you have done? You are an impure person, touch me. And then again I go and bathe, oh Rama. And then, I mean, really? The same thing happened to Shankaracharya. The Shankaracharya, when he was coming, one person, he is actually he burns the dead bodies and all that. We consider them very low in the society, and they live with the dogs and the very nasty way. He was coming. Shankara told, "Oi, go away. Chandala, go away." Why? Because you can touch me. And I am pure, I have just bathed in the Ganga, I am going to the temple, you should not touch me. Then Chandala is telling, what is pure? That is your body. Your body and my body both are same. You are also having the same, the filthy things inside your body as I am having. So if my body touches your body, what is going to be pure and impure? Everything is same. Atma is constantly pure. You cannot make it impure. Then why you are afraid of? Then Shankaracharya immediately understood he is not an ordinary person. Then Shiva came. So what is impurity? Ashuchi, impure. What is? This body only. But we are so careful for decoration of the body. All these big companies are thriving because of this ignorance. They may be very angry with me if they listen to this. Why these people are constantly trying to tell this? Because the whole business will break down if we are not telling like this. If everybody is accepting this body is nothing but impure, anitya, it is going to die, it is impurity. Whatever we do, it is not pure. We are drinking Ganga water and what is it really pure? No. What is purity? Again, unselfishness, total unselfishness. Self, we consider this body as a self. And when I say go on I, that is impurity. But if we say no, always I am thinking and see within myself the God, purity. So why we go and bow down to the holy people? Not because of that body. Because they think God within themselves constantly. They are supposed to. Constantly they should think, are people coming and touching my feet? No, and not at all. Because the God is within your heart, within your soul. You are supposed to constantly remember God. And when the people are coming and touching one of our Swamiji, there are different type of people. And the moment anybody is to touch his feet, Ramakrishna Arpanamastu, Ramakrishna, he was a pujari, so the pujaris always will be giving like this. So giving to the God. Anybody touched his feet to offer pranam, Ramakrishna Arpanamastu, he has to say. I told, why you have to show it? Inside only you have to think, is only they are coming and touching the feet of God. And only what we can do, pray to God. See, they are actually offering pranam to you. Please bless them. So that is called ashuchi becomes shuchi if you can think that God. So anitya, ashuchi and dukkha, the painful, becomes so happy that we think that is a very happy thing that we are going to do. The dukkha and then anatma, which is non-self, becomes self. Anatma becomes the. See, one person in his daughter's marriage, he invited 20,000 people in the Andaman. He was a fabulous rich person and he was inviting 20,000 people. All were talking. Andaman is a small place, so all we knew each other. Oh, Swamiji, are you coming to that? But the thing is, you are invited, you got a, yes, everybody got invited. You know how they distributed the invitation letter? Through the shops. Because they don't know people, so in every shops they kept the invitation letter. Whoever is coming to purchase something, this is the invitation letter, go. And everybody is happy. Then that gentleman came to me and told, Swamiji, are you coming? The 20,000, and where the 20,000 people will assemble? There is no such big hall. Oh no, different places. So different hotels they have told, whoever will come along with this card, feed them. So that way. And won't they see who is actually going to marry? Or there is no chance because inside our home, so they don't know who is going to marry whom and where, but they are going to eat. That is good. I told, suppose how much you are spending? Huge money. And suppose you spend that money for the development of a group of poor people, and then give the picture of your daughter, bless her, pray for her. Don't you think she'll be blessed more? Oh, you people always talk like that. Won't we have the fun in our life? And okay, afterwards we'll talk. Go for the fun. So that way, all the time they are thinking in this way. One very, the richest person in India now, I think he is the first or second in the world order also, the richest person. He donated, not donated, it's a gift to his wife on her birthday, a huge plane, aircraft. And where she is going to fly with that? But just for the, but so many people are suffering, so many. Why? Because avidya. When the Mathur Babu was taking Sri Ramakrishna in a pilgrimage, and he was Jamindar, another rich people, so alone he won't go. He will come with so many people, friends, relatives, then the servants, everything will go together. So he took Sri Ramakrishna also. Sri Ramakrishna was also very happy. In one place, in those days they used to travel slowly, stopping here and there. He saw some poor people. He said, Mathur, you are having so much of money. Why don't you feed them? See, they are so hungry. Oh my God, so many people. If I feed them, if I have to give them clothing, and I will have to spend so much of money. Then how I will go to Kashi? He was going to Kashi. And with a great thing, I am going to see the Shiva. So the Kashi, visiting a Kashi is a great thing in the life of a Hindu. But Sri Ramakrishna said, I won't go to your Kashi. I don't like to see your Shiva. If you are not feeding these people, that is called jnana. Why? Because Shiva will be happy if these people become happy. And ajnana, just fanfare, going and showing in the Kashi, all this. So one person, recently, before coming to America, I visited Kashi. He came and he told me, Swamiji, you are here a day or two? And yes. Come, I have given a special puja in the Shiva temple. If you give 1 lakh rupees, special puja will be there. And in the special puja, you will be in the front seat and all your friends and relatives. Then I told, okay, I will go and see how they are doing the puja. I enjoyed the puja, sitting just at the back of the, but the poor man, as because he couldn't sit like squatting, he was sitting outside in a chair. Then all the priests, they were standing and sitting in front of me. He couldn't see the puja. But he was very happy because he gave the puja. Look at it. If you give 1 lakh rupee, the puja is going on. It's not for the puja, but I have given a special puja. So this way, anitya. So here, anitya, ashuchi, dukkha, anatmasu. And we think this is nitya, this is suchi, this is pure, this is sukha, this is happiness. And this is the self. Which is non-self, we think this is the self. And that is called avidya. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and in all the great teachers, they are talking about avidya. Be very, very careful about the avidya. It is the opposite to knowledge. It is not no knowledge. It is of course knowledge, but opposite to knowledge. Now, how this come avidya? Because of the asmita. What is that asmita? Again, the panchaklesha. You must remember that panchaklesha. Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. Good. So this raga, desha and abhinivesha. So this way, this only 5 things. Then avidya is this. And then what is asmita? Asmita is drik, darshana, shakta, ekatma eva. Drik and darshana. What is drik? Drik means the seer, the self is the drik. Who sees actually? Suppose I am standing over here and thinking something else. If somebody is just in front passing, I won't notice him. Why? I am looking at him. My eyes are open. I am seeing him, but I am not noticing. Why? The mind is absent. So what is that mind? Behind the mind is the self. So that is why the self is the drik. Drik means the self, the seer. And then darshana. Darshana Shakta. What are those Darshana Shakta? All the instruments that is collecting the information from these. What are those instruments? We know. Now, this instrument means one word we say chitta. If you can remember this, the little small words, the Sanskrit terminologies, so many things is so clear. The chitta means the repository of all these. The chitta is the instrument. And what is the chitta again? It is made of mind, then buddhi. Mind means the mind stuff, chitta. Then the buddhi is the determinative faculty. Manas, again the mind. Mind means which is not determinative faculty. Sankalpa, vikalpa, atmika, manaha. If this is not science, then what is science? They say the religion means some people only have faith, oh, God is there, He is looking at you, do some good job. And suppose I hide and then God cannot see, I can do anything. And it's not like that. So here they explain everything in such a way, you are actually the God. Whatever you are doing, you are watching. How you are watching? Through the impressions. Within your mind, on your mind, there will be all impressions. And what those impressions, if it is good, you will be happy. If it is not, you will suffer. You may blame anyone, because all the fingers are there, we are always ready to show what because of that. It's not like this. Because of you, so it doesn't matter at all. I am suffering because I did something wrong. Now, from now onwards, I will do all good things. I will think only good. Naturally, result will come afterwards. That is also option is there. Chances are there. So, I am the maker of my own destiny. That is Vedanta. And here it says, the instrument means the chitta. And the chitta means the mind stuff, total. Then buddhi, the determinative faculty, manas, not determinative, but just swinging this or this, that is called mana. And indriyas, sense organs. What are the sense organs? We have 10 sense organs, but mainly 5, jnana indriya. And these jnana indriyas we know. So, drik, the self, he is actually totally unattached. And darsana, that is the buddhi, the chitta. It is better to say chitta. That is doing everything as if the self is doing. In the Mahabharata war, when the Mahabharata TV came in the serial, we were so excited. And so mostly the whole India learned Hindi because of the Mahabharata. Mahabharata and Ramayana, most of the parts they were not knowing Hindi, but because of that. Then the boys started addressing their fathers as the Pita Sri. They never said Pita, but after the Mahabharata, Sri, Pita Sri, Mata Sri, Bhrata Sri, a few days, again they forgot. Now, these are the movement that comes. In the Mahabharata, have you observed one thing? The great war, the main Mahabharata means what? The great war. And in that war, only one person, he is there inside the war, but not fighting. Who is that? Sri Krishna. Why? Because he is the self. And he is not attached with anything, neither with Kaurava nor with Pandava. He is only observer. And that is called self. We always think that Krishna is doing this, Krishna is doing that. No, not at all. He is the self. And as a symbolically he said, I am not going to touch anything, I am not going to do anything. But Arjuna, I will, whatever you will ask me to drive your chariot, I will drive. I will go. He knew what is going to happen with the Arjuna's son. Arjuna's son was surrounded by some people and they killed him. He knew that this is going to happen today. But Arjuna was so excited. Chalo, we will go to this side. And he was going on fighting and he went away. Krishna never told, it is better that you be here because your son is going to be in trouble. No, he knew it, but didn't do anything. Why? I am not. Nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibhuhu. I never bless and I am not cursing you also. Don't drag me in that. That is called drig. Drig means only the self. Isn't it wonderful? Then who is doing? Me. And who is that me? That drig, that self, it is within me. But I am misunderstanding and thinking that I, the self, is doing. But actually, it is my ego is doing. Whatever we do is nothing but the ego. And that's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna again and again is telling, Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. In his simple Bengali, he is telling, Ami the I, mole, if it is removed, ghuchibe, you are free from janjal, all the problem. All the problem will be solved if you are free from the I. And how the I can be removed? It is not so easy. The more you think that no I, it comes again and again and again. So only way, thou. Whatever I am doing is because of the God. I am the daughter of God. I am the son of God. We are the children of God. Whatever we are doing because of the God. So that way, if you are thinking, totally free. So that is the only drik. Darshana Shaktya Ekatma Iba. Iba means as if. It can never be the same. As if. They say the fish, they are all playing with the moon. And because the moon, that reflection is there in the water, and all the fishes, they have come and they are playing with the moon, and they are talking with the moon, and they are thinking moon is just like us. Is it? Then in the daytime there is no moon, and fishes that went on searching, where is the moon? It is nowhere. It's the reflection only. Similarly we think, Eva means as if. We think as if we are, but it is not. So that drik means the Purusha. Again, the Purusha doesn't mean the male. Again, the wrong conception. Most of the people, there is a Purusha. The ladies, they will all arrange the puja, but they cannot do the puja. We will do. Because arranging is the difficult thing. So, they say to the women, you come, clean it, everything, and then the vessels you have to clean, you have to cut the vegetables, dress the vegetables, offer everything, you do everything, and then go out. Why the conception of Purusha? Purusha means, in the Sanskrit also, that in our language, Purusha means the male body. But it is not that Purusha. It is mean that consciousness which is within the heart. Pura means the griha, like that, within the heart. Who is that? Consciousness. That is called Purusha. And the Purusha is the self. And this self, unchangeable. It can never change. But here, the darshana buddhi, darshana means we mix it always changeable, and it comes as if that we are doing, and that is called asmita. We say I. What is this I? Can you explain? No one can explain who am I. What is I actually? The moment I say I think about my family lineage. My grandfather, my father, and then all family lineage. It's called I. Is it really I? It may not be. So that way, if you can, if we can explain what is I, we can solve the riddle. We do not know, but everything is I and I. So this is, they call asmita. Then in the Panchaklesha again comes raga. What is the raga? Sukhanushayi raga. Raga means the attachment. Attachment means those thoughts which are really very good thoughts, happy thoughts, that only we like to go on repeating within our mind. That is called raga. That is called attachment. Do you really feel attached with something where you failed? No. Suppose in some places, in some cases, I failed. Have I ever said that? No. Because I don't have attachment to that. But where we are successful, always you say, this thing happened, that thing happened. You do not know, but I am not going to tell you, but this thing happened. Why? Because the raga, because the attachment. They now giving the definition of attachment, sukhanushayi. Sukha means happy. Anushayi, raga. When we are going on thinking about those experiences which are very happy experiences in our life, that's called raga, attachment. Dukkhanushayi, desha. When the thought which dwells on the pain, that is dvesha. I don't want that. Don't bring it before me. I don't like to listen to that. Why? That's called dvesha. Desha means the krodha. Some people, sometime, they did something wrong and I become cross with them, angry with them. The moment they come near, you should not come here. I don't like to see your face. Why? Because I don't like them. That is called dvesha. The sukhanushayi, raga, dukkhanushayi is the same thing, aversion, dvesha. I don't like. But common thing is one. What is that? One common thing is I. I like, I do not like. So that way, that I is there. What is that I? Asmita. And then again, is it really that asmita is I? No, again it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Avidya. Isn't it? If we back calculation, if we go, previously they used to ask us to tell from 1 to 100. Then sometimes from 100 back to 1. It's so difficult. From 1 to 100 we go down, down, down. It's easy. But from 100, then 99, then 90 is difficult. But if we go in the back calculation, and that is what? Spirituality. What is spirituality? Going back to the source. We have come from there, now we have to go back to the source. That's called spirituality. And now this is Sukhanushayi raga. Okay, I am very happy. I want to remember that. I don't want to remember those. Dvesha. Dukkhanushayi desha. Then afterwards, now from desha, raga, asmita, one thing is common, I. And what is that I? The moment we come to know about I, that is spirituality. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita it says, Urdha moolam adhashakam ashyatham prahurabbayam, as if it is permanent. Prahuman is said. Abbayam, you cannot change it. What is that root? Every tree, the root is down. And it is taking everything from the ground and then only it is growing. But look at the human being. What is the root? Our legs. What is the root? Is our head. Urdhamulam. Human being root is the head. And from the head only I am asking my leg, chalo, we will go over there. Come, we will go. Then the leg start moving. I ask my hand, go and pick that up. Your hands is going. So urdha moolam adhashakam. And similarly, all that is we see what is the root, how this world was created. Some people are telling Big Bang and this theory, that theory. We simply say God, who is alone, who is only one, all pervading, as if thought, I am only alone, let me be many. So that there will be wonderful games, there will be joy, there will be so many things. So he thought, Ekaham bahushyama vihi. I am alone, I like to be many. He became many. The moment he thought, and that is why our Jagannatha is not having the legs, is not having the hands, only two big eyes, because he is only observing. That's all. And then when he created, out of what? Out of him. Though naturally, if you are taking out a little portion from a sweet, what it will be? Sweet only. It cannot be sour or bitter. It will be sweet only. So the source was God, so we were all gods. So Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, all the first creations of God, they were all pure. Then the God thought, what happened? They are simply going and sitting in meditation. I don't want that. They should love, they should joy, they should cry, they should be angry. So different type of things should be there so that I can enjoy. In a movie, if we go, all people are so good. Do you think we like it? No. You know why the movie, the people they go to see the movie, because of that, the person who is bad. It's not the hero. What is that? Opposite that? A villain. It is because of the villain only the cinema, the movie is successful. But nobody talks about the villain. They always go for the hero. If everybody is good, do you think it will be really the cinema will be good? Now all the famous good heroes, all are so good. People will go and say, oh, what is there? There nothing is there. Somebody is planning to kill and cheat, and then only the action comes. So the God also thought, what is this? Everybody is good, nothing is happening, something should happen. Then only opposition is necessary. Nobody is opposing. What to do? What's the problem? Then he meditated. So I am producing, but what is the defect of my production? I want this, but the things is not acting like that. Then he understood, oh my God, because the source is me, who is purity. And from me I am making it. So they are also pure. And in the pure gold you cannot make that ornament. So what we need, something you have to mix. What we have to mix? Asmita. I. He mixed that I. And the moment he mixed, immediately we are different from the God. Same story we listen in the Christian, the Adam and Eve. God created them. They were with God. Then someone came from outside and gave them something, and then immediately they became separated from God. The one wrong thing they are making, someone came from outside and the poor fellow is Satan, the devil. Where from the devil came, of course there is no answer. There is only one God everywhere. Then wherefore the devil came? Anyway, that is a different type of argument. Now, this is the same God. From him give the ego, and that ego is the root cause of everything. Why we can't meditate? Because of the ego. What the ego is doing? All these things he is collecting and creating a turmoil. And now there is one terrible things happening on the shores of India. That's called hudhud. There are different wonderful names, of course. The hudhud is coming and this. And similarly, in our mind, all this type of the torments is going on. Why? Because of Ashmita, because of the I. So, indriyasya sharte raga deshu vyavasthito tairna vashama gacchit tu asya paripantino. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is telling in the 3rd chapter, 34th sloka, this is only raga and desha. These are our own problem. Don't accept this thing. Don't be attached, don't be averted. Don't say, I want this, don't say, I don't like this. Whatever comes, it's okay. So in the Ramakrishna Mission, when you joined, the one Swamiji told, see, the one thing you must remember, don't seek, don't shun. Don't ask for anything, and when it comes, don't say no to it. Just like that. When it is good, okay, it is good. When it is bad, it is bad. So no problem. So that's why I also, the first instruction that the Swami gave, I tried to follow it. When they told me, now you go to Andaman, everybody told, oh my God, you know Andaman? When the people, they go, they never come back. I told, I don't like to come back. Where I will come back? So it is good, I will go there. And then from there, suddenly, when everything was all right, then the Arunachal, so jungle and all that. And they never said there is so much a problem. They said Arunachal, so they as a little adventurous temperament, I have that. So it is jungle, it's good. I will see the elephant, I will see tiger. So I went the fool inside the jungle. And there I was okay, no problem. And then I thought, I have to develop in such a way, others will say, he is happy. We send him to be suffer over there, but he is nicely living over there. So send him somewhere else. And by the grace of Mother, it became so good. Then perhaps they thought it is better to send him to Chicago among you. So I am here. And this way, don't seek, don't shun. That is the excellent thing in the life. Raga, dvesha. If you want to be spiritual, these are the two things you have to maintain. Nothing else. Thank you very much. Now let us conclude with this sloka. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam navasangatam naiva muktirinameya chidananda rupa shivoham 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 shivoham. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. When you say the Shanti, 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 if you pray to your God, pray to your Ishta Devata, those who have taken the initiation, they have a specific God. It's called Ishta Devata. If you are praying, oh God, then no one and nothing should create any problem for me. Not the gods and others, not other being, not even my own body. So please protect me from everything, from within, from outside. Please protect me. So Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So what you were thinking, that is going to happen. So that is called prayer.